It's fucked up, but it's fucking hilarious.
So now go back to OBS.
You're a OBS. Oversized bitch slayer. Pop said we are solid and sent me a what?
Can't say any cuss words for 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. For the first 10 minutes of video? That's gonna be super duper hard.
Trying to get monetized or what?
Yeah, we are monetized. This is the first monetized episode.
Oh, I did not know that, sir. That is legit.
We're live right now, though. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yo, we're live right now and I just drank all that water. Wham!
Tell me that water.
Whammy!
Whammy! Hey, we should do one like
You gonna do the intro on this one?
yeah, I could do that.
Alright. Which one's the intro one? The first one. Oh, you're on the intro one.
Oh, what episode?
18.
18? It's either 18 or 19.
Do we have it posted?
It is now, yeah, on Facebook and YouTube. The first one.
No, we're definitely already talking on here.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, you said this is 18?
I believe so.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you gonna make it?
Turn it up. Which one turns up the audio? The one on towards the right. Just change the camera. It's cool. I forgot which one's the intro then.
It's the very top left.
Press 3.
I'll press 3.
Just go do it over there.
Hey, welcome to Pressure House Media Podcast, episode 18. As always, I'm joined by Curtis Davis.
What's the deal?
You gotta swap the camera to Curtis.
What's the deal?
Back to me. Our moderator has no idea what he's doing. Cash Davis.
Yeah, make some.
And then, as always, we're joined by Charles Joseph
What up?
Porras.
Hey,
Hey, what?
let me see that keyboard real quick.
Yeah, it probably needs to just be like, Hey, go ahead and put it on me, and I'll like distract the people to where it's not like.
You're not distracting anybody but yourself.
Yo, so I just wanted to let y'all know today it's going to be live. So much fun, so much interaction, and we're just going to get it in. We got Curtis fixing the podcast at the moment. CJ trying to grow another bicep.
Facts.
Big facts.
Facts.
And this is going to be the voice I use through the entirety of this podcast.
I hope it's not. I need you to not do that.
The camera's only going to be on me and me alone because I am the most attractive of Pressure House Media.
That's not even true, a little bit.
Curtis is way better looking, dog.
That's what I was thinking.
Especially with his fresh cut. Beard all
Bruh.
trimmed up.
Is it a fresh cut or is it just a bald fade? Ha ha! He's bald. Kurt has a bald head.
The sound effects, man, are getting it.
Yeah, there's a little bit going on with the.
Yeah, you're gonna have to tone down on the side effects.
Side effects?
Sound effects. All right, Stan. That was an Eminem joke.
Yep. It was.
Can we get some other angles going on here? There we go. How you feeling, Curtis?
Oh, I'm feeling pretty good. No, pretty good, man. You know, it's off to a little shaky start, but that's how it happens sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, we've had a little bit of I don't know if the HE double hockey six is a bad one. My bad. But we've had a little bit of a hiatus, or took 2 weeks off, or did Father's Day thing.
Yeah.
You went out of town to go see the Peeps in the home teasy. How'd that go?
Well, pretty good, man. We had a good time. Hang out with the people, some friends and stuff like that. You know, ate some good food, gained a bunch of weight. You know, that's how it goes.
He's gonna have to stop touching buttons.
I should have never showed him the side.
Hey, what was that thing? The
It's,
treasure hunt thing, or whatever you were talking about? What's it called again?
Oh, you're talking about geocaching?
Yeah, geocaching.
Yeah.
What is that about?
My
What is
sister
that?
loves that.
It's pretty dope,
My
bro.
sister
So
loves doing that.
there's an app. It'll basically give you like a pinpoint to go to. You go there, and usually there's like a capsule that has like a little, you know, piece of paper in there. You sign it that you've been there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times there'll be like some little trinkets and stuff. You take one, leave one. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool.
Did you take a trinket, leave a trinket?
Cash did it really. He got a trinket at one of them. Left something.
What'd you leave?
Little thumb. It's like a little thumbs up thing that holds the wires or whatever.
Cool.
But
My sister's been doing it for a while, man. They'll go places just to be able to go do the geo or whatever it's called. I can't remember, but
Caching.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think
there you go.
I think it was actually a thing before, like the app and stuff. I think.
oh yeah, it's been a
I
thing
think
like
they did
for
it,
a
like,
hot
Boy
minute.
Scouts and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Well, I seen this one game. It'd be like, I forget how it goes. It was explained to me like, you go to this location and you're looking for gold, right? Well, you get there and it's like a Werther's original candy
Yeah.
in a gold wrapper, and then somewhere like it'll be something like very vague on what it is, and then you get there and you find it, you found it or whatever.
Yeah. What's that called? Oh, Randonautica.
Randonautica.
It's pretty dope, but I mean, it's kind of like anything you're looking for, you'll kind of find. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of general in life.
Man, what if we like went out and just like got a 3D printer, made a bunch of cool little pressure house media trinkets, like little like things that they could put on their desk or whatever, and just went out all over Houston and Galveston County and just like set these things up, made like pin the locations
Yeah.
and like put that out to.
No, that's what we want to do because we want to start making videos with the geocaching and
Yeah.
you know, make our own like that and kind of like, I don't know, go like deep dive into it a little bit.
So I'm guessing you kind of dropped the ball because there's no content of the geocaching y'all did.
No content. We were going to a couple times and I don't know, we just got sidetracked.
Oh, that's great for the business.
We had other videos going. We were
Yeah, I seen y'all put out a whole bunch of content actually.
yeah, we're being productive.
That's dope.
Hell yeah.
So CJ,
what's up?
man, large vinyl banner printers are not your best friend.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Switching the cameras.
I mean,
I mean,
part of life. It was pre-existing, dog. I mean, you know,
It had to be.
as much as you know. I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna blame you for it or whatever. I know you felt bad because of it. You know what I mean? Which is whatever, but you know, it's definitely pre-existing, and you know, went ahead and had to have bicep surgery. I don't know if y'all can see that on the camera.
that's not your bicep, that's your forearm.
Yes, I know it is. But the ligament runs through from right here on your bicep into your forearm, fool. So that's where the incision is right there on the snake head.
Oh, that's a snakehead.
Well, it used to be.
Can't tell anymore.
Not anymore. But yeah, was picking up that vinyl banner printer and it popped. I mean, it's pretty nappy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, have you heard any like good jokes or any hazing since since you?
You have not shut up about it. Yes.
Oh. You know, it'd be funny because like if he was on the Wizard of Oz, he wouldn't need a brain, a heart, courage, or nothing like that. I just need a bicep. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that was a pretty good timed one.
That was actually pretty decent. Yeah, this fool has not let me forget that, I had bicep surgery. He's tried to shake my hand a million times. Like,
Right-handed high five.
yes, I mean, just all kinds of different things.
Bro, the other day I came up to him. I'm like, hey, bro, what are you doing? He's got his like phone like down here, like messing with it, and he's cleaning this part. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? He's like, what? He's like, I can't do it with two hands. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, like, how about you just like lay your hand on it like you're holding it still, and, like clean it with the other hand. You know? He's like, man, fuck you.
Yeah. He was like, you could do this, and I was like, yeah, but that's not gonna do nothing. I can hold the phone and still do what I'm doing.
Yeah. How many minutes in are we?
Oh, you're good.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. No, but definitely, and he was like, man, I don't know if I told you that we had weekend work, or you were like, is there any overtime or weekend work or whatever? I was like, yeah, it's only for, the job we have this weekend is a two-handed job.
Oh yeah, so it was Jarrell was in the back, I think, right? And I was like, oh yeah, y'all working tomorrow? There's overtime work, and he was like, it's two-handed jobs. You're not one-handed jobs or something like that.
You can't stay.
I was like, real? I mean, like, because for the first week, bro, like I really couldn't use that arm. You know what I mean? Like I was like favoring it. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want to like bend my arm.
Favoring it means that you're using it more.
No.
Yes, you were favoring your other arm.
No, in the sense that I was saying favor, like it's because I'm holding it. You know what I mean? Like you
were saving it.
Yeah, I still used it in the correct context, sir.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Anyways, but I definitely was trying to refrain from using the arm as much as possible for the first week. But now, I mean, he told me within 2 or 3 days I'd be able to like have function back in my arm and stuff. So I've been slowly like working it, and I can't say I haven't picked some stuff up. I definitely picked some stuff up and definitely should not have at all. But
hey, Curtis, how often do you think that you like work out to get like big muscles and throw things around?
God, I hate you.
Never. Man, it's probably been a while since I've been to a gym. You know what I mean? Like, I got a few weights around the house. Every now and then I get a wild hair, and I'll go, work out a little bit. And what I do for a living, like, if I'm picking a part up, moving it over here, I might lift it up a few times or whatever. But, I mean, in all this non-physical gaining, or the gains that they call it and everything, you ever lost a bicep, bro?
No.
In reality, I probably tore the bicep not in the gym. I probably tore it on a job site doing something, pulling on something or whatever, because
not at my job site.
No, definitely pre-existing.
Just gotta,
no,
for legal purposes.
Legal purposes, no, it was not on anybody's job site currently.
Pre-existing for ethos or somebody else.
Yeah. But I mean, in all reality,
I think it was probably hanging by.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was probably just that last little bit, and it was the movement. It because I was using it all day that day.
Yeah.
I mean, pulling on a freaking cheater pipe that was like from me to you away. You know what I mean? Like, it could have happened at any minute, and then it definitely happened while doing a weird movement. Trying to pick that printer up, and then it's no bueno.
Yeah, and I know you took it kind of hard at first because you're like, man,
there was some concerns. I was gonna say,
man, I know there's like a few like superstars. Like football players, like major athletes that were like the best of the best. Like that movie, was it Friday Night Lights where Boobie Miles got?
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. That like in just a night, boom, your life's changed. You know what I mean? Like he was going to go to college, change his whole life, and then boom, one night he went from the best person on the team or in Texas, and then was.
Yeah, he was one of the number one college recruits at that time. I mean, he was definitely,
Shout
top
out
tier.
Booby Miles.
Yep. Shout out Booby Miles. Yeah, man, it's crazy because, before that, like, that whole week I was thinking about the jobs that were coming up, and I was like, man, I'm going to get some good overtime,
We were talking about going to Apex.
Man,
membership.
talking about going to the gym. Yeah, I mean, imagine if that would have happened if me and you were, like, doing some bench press or something, dog, and I was like...
Bro, and, like, I'm sitting there curling the can I...
You're good, yeah.
Like, I'm curling the shit out of stuff, just like looking swole like a beast. I'm like, here, CJ, you do it. And then you're like, oh my God. Bro, I'd have never let you live that down. Like, what a weenie.
I feel like the way that it happened was more weenie than being at the gym, dog.
Yeah,
Like,
because I definitely lifted that printer a couple times before that happened.
yeah. I mean, it was not heavy. Like, I don't know. To me, it wasn't heavy at all.
It
But
was the awkwardness and the way you had to pick it up.
yeah, I don't know. But that's what I was telling my dad. I've picked up pieces of plywood like that for 20 years. You know what I mean? Since
You
I was
picked up
like,
people over your head.
I mean, yeah, that's a fact. But regardless, I've done that same motion
It was
a
me.
million times. It definitely was him.
It was me. And funny enough, he hurt himself then too.
I did.
Weenie.
I broke a rib that time, actually.
I thought you.
But that
I thought
was
you ripped like muscle tissue.
no, I broke a rib, but that was because that was right after we had just got jumped by like 9 people, and I got stomped all over for like
Yeah, Curtis knows all about that.
20 minutes. Yeah, Curtis. Curtis knows all about that,
I
people.
don't know anything about nothing.
You were very intimate in that story.
He's intimate.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the word you're looking
Like
for.
he's entwined, like
There you
all
go.
up in.
That's a better one.
Like he's entangled into that.
Was it an
story.
entanglement?
We've had an entanglement.
I've heard-
Me and CJ have had
heard the story
entanglements
time.
with Curtis. Huh?
That's
I've heard the story a time or two.
Mm-hmm.
Uh huh. Gonna act like you know nothing about it.
Like back in the day, once that happened, if you were still there, you would have gave us a hot tour. Yeah. Spit on that thing.
Spit on that thing.
You get me?
No.
You get me?
Nah.
Man, they played that shit out quick though, didn't they?
Yeah.
I still don't think I've even seen the actual video, but I've
What?
seen all the memes.
It's really the video is anticlimactic, right? I mean, it's not like they're just talking about shit or whatever, but man, they made some damn good memes with that shit.
Oh man, I forgot what I was gonna say.
That I was.
Oh, y'all seen the Jake Paul's new partner or whatever?
No.
New partner? What do you mean new partner?
New fucking dude he's gonna fight instead of Mike Tyson.
Tyson's not fighting anymore?
Remember he had to pull out.
I thought it was just being postponed.
It is, but they're still gonna do that date with the goddamn. What's that dude's name? That's what I'm trying to think of. Though.
Hey, I wonder if this is like.
Ryan Garcia?
No, it's a bare knuckle boxer dude.
Oh, Mike Perry, Platinum Mike Perry.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Bro.
Is that what it's like right now?
I don't know.
What is it? Oh no. That's what it's like right now. Then sorry about the technical difficulties, people.
It's all good. It's being recorded.
Is
No, but Platinum Mike Perry, dude, he was like, I don't want to say the wrong thing, so I'll look it up in a minute, but it was like the same number from wins and losses in the UFC. Like, he was good, but he was just as bad as he was good, or the people that he lost to were better or whatever. But he went into this bare knuckle thing and is an absolute beast.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
He's bringing guys that would have whooped him in UFC to bare knuckle, and they're not. They're not as much of a dog as he is. Like,
I think it's definitely a different animal when you go bare knuckle. I mean, that's, when we were younger,
yeah, when you punch somebody in the face and their eye bubbles, some people stop.
dude. So when we were younger, right, fighting was a thing. You did
Yeah.
it regularly. I mean, at least once or twice a day.
Yeah.
And if you put on the gloves outside, you go a couple rounds with each other. Even if they were UFC gloves, you still go a few rounds with each other, and you know you might be beat up a little bit, but
Yeah, bare knuckles. Somebody was stopping.
oh yeah, I mean bare knuckles. After about a minute, the fight was either over or somebody was calling it.
Yeah, like, hey man.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think that's cool that they're gonna still keep the same date. I didn't know that's what they were doing. I just was under the impression that they were postponing the fight with Mike Tyson. You know, I mean, which really, I don't care to watch Jake Paul. I mean, if I'm being honest. So
I mean, I enjoy all the fights, like whether Jake Paul's gonna win or not. You know what I mean? I enjoy them. And there's a lot of them where I'm hoping he loses, right? Like,
yeah,
but I enjoy it. I mean, because it's like it's exactly what we're doing. It's content.
Oh yeah,
He's
for sure.
Great in content. This kid was a Disney kid. He started out doing YouTube stuff with his like. I really think it's because Logan got big on it. It was like a competition thing. Can Jake get better than Logan? And man, I think it's cool. It was a competition between two brothers. They both did very well in their own paths. Like Logan's got impulsive. Jake's got boxing.
Yeah,
I mean, in order from going
Logan's in the WWE, isn't he? Or?
Oh yeah, he's in wrestling too.
Yeah,
I think he just got a belt.
Yeah. He's done quite a bit because he also don't. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Logan's the one that fought Mayweather, right?
Yeah. And even though he lost, right?
Always get them mixed up.
Even though he lost, like that was a bigger fight than all of Jake's fights.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if Jake would have got the Mike Tyson fight, that would have been way bigger.
Oh man.
But the Mayweather fight, like, is what brought them to being able to get these fights.
Yeah.
Whether Logan did the Mayweather one or not, like the reason people were wanting to mess with Jake is because I'm gonna beat one of them Paul brothers up.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I mean,
well, because they were kind of obnoxious in the beginning, you know, about it or whatever. So I believe that's another reason why they get so much heat over it.
I think the Perry fight kind of makes more sense though than the Tyson fight to begin with.
Why?
I don't know. It just seems like more of a realistic fight.
Yeah,
because of the age-wise? Or?
No, because he's not a boxer. He was mid-level in the UFC. Like, he's good to bare knuckles.
Yeah, but Jake is a boxer.
Yeah, exactly. But Jake is a boxer that is like, he's still like an amateur card boxer.
He is, but he's an
Like,
actual boxer, though. I mean, you can't take that away
I'm
from
just
him.
saying
No,
it
I'm
makes
not.
sense.
I'm not
This is
saying
what
that.
he's been taking as opponents for the most part. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay,
Type
I
of
got you.
dudes, you know what I mean?
I got you. I get what you're saying.
Man, did y'all happen to catch a glimpse of the debate?
Man, the very beginning. That's all I.
That's a boxing match I'd love to see.
Biden started talking, and I couldn't understand a word he was saying because he was mumbling and fucking speaking so low. And
Trump was like, I have no idea what he just said, but like,
dude, it was bad. I was like, you know what? I'm just not even.
and like they had the split screen right, and the whole time Biden's like,
He looks like he's not there.
well, they said after, which I mean, they shouldn't have did the debate at all if this is real, right? But they said afterwards because how weird he was acting and everything. They were like, oh yeah, he's had a cold. It's like, bro, at his age, a cold will kill him. You know what I mean? Like,
Bro, and it's so like it's messed up because we're laughing about this or whatever, right? But this is like the guy that's running the country. Like,
bro, I've been laughing about this for 4 years.
I know.
Same. I'm just saying.
Gotta laugh.
But Trump getting gloved up against Biden, you know what I mean? That'd be dope.
I definitely got Trump, dog. I put my money on Trump.
I got Trump, but it's not going to be pretty either way.
Yeah.
I mean, Trump's old too, though. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. I don't even know. It's not going to be great.
That would be the most viewed boxing match to ever air.
I think so.
For sure.
That'd be a legit.
I think that's how we should settle wars, dog.
Yeah, definitely. You know, except for like, I don't want to. Like, I would watch Trump whoop up on Kim Jong Un or whatever, but I don't want to see him go against Putin. 'Cause Putin, he looks like he a kickboxer or something.
Oh,
gonna
what?
handle
He got that like
He looks like John
Russian
Claude
wrestler.
Van Damme. You know what I'm saying?
he got that Russian wrestler like status. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like look like he'd throw him around real quick.
Yeah, we don't want that. Like,
Nah.
if that's the thing, then I'm going for Dwayne The Rock Johnson as president next.
Real-
You know what I'm saying?
Somebody that's like really good in shape. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if Dwayne,
You see,
Dwayne Johnson would
they're
be
fighting
right.
to
Fucking,
see who wins the war, and he slings off that elbow pad. His one rope, his other rope gives them the people an elbow. You know what I'm saying?
I was wondering where he was going with this. Like, that's hilarious.
He would stand up with a mullet and an eagle on his shoulder.
So who's the best wrestler of all time?
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Like, that's my pick.
What?
That's my pick.
So as far as like
Entertainment.
yeah. So and not even like entertainment wise, because really one of my favorite as far as entertainment wise was Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio was legit, right? So like he did
Right.
all the crazy stuff. Or like
Y'all gonna act like Goldberg doesn't exist though?
Goldberg was a gangster, bro.
Yeah,
But
he's not
his
Stone Cold.
showmanship wasn't real great.
No.
You know what I mean? So like he was
He had all those
is
fights
people,
that were
bro?
like 8 seconds.
Cooper?
So-
just saying. I just want to put that out there.
Like, I'm not sparing nobody. I will kick you in the stunner.
Who was the tag team? The dude with the spiky hair, and then
Scotty Too Hottie,
Scotty Too Hottie, and the other one. Who was that?
Too Sexy,
Yeah, but the other one. Who's the other one?
Too Sexy.
Was it?
Yeah,
Anyways, they had real good showmanship.
I like
like-
the Hardy Boys, bro.
The Hardy Boys, they
Jeff
they
Hardy
were
would-
legit. Oh man,
He'd do this right here
dude,
on the top rope, do the Swanton bomb, do a front foot,
that was
through
that was
tables,
definitely
through
good.
chairs, like getting it in. You know what I'm saying? I always thought he was gonna get it in with Lita, but then Matt, his brother, got Lita, and
Yeah,
then she left him for Christian from Edge and Christian.
You know a lot more about wrestling than I thought you did.
Nah, hey,
bro, we used to be into it, dog.
It used
Like,
to be my thing, bro. Like, what?
you used to get the new wrestling video games as soon as they come out.
Hey,
Man.
who was the Undertaker's brother back in the day? Like
Kane,
Kane.
yeah.
Yeah, but they're not real brothers.
No, they're not real brothers. Actually, those were two of my favorite wrestlers. Was Kane and Undertaker,
Yeah, me too.
like by far. Big Show was cool, but he wasn't like my favorite. But as far as like, if I had to pick one, definitely probably would have been The Rock. I definitely was The Rock fan.
Have y'all watched it anytime recently?
I have not.
Yeah, so
It's like way
I-
different.
I get the reels.
Way different.
The reels come up every now and then. This is why the Mysterio thing. So let's go back in history. All right,
Did you care for Triple H?
I don't like that. He's a hoe.
What about shit? Who else was it? Anyways, go what you were saying. I'll remember.
All right, so when Rey Mysterio first came in the mix or whatever for WWF or WWE or WE, whichever one it was at the time, him and Eddie Guerrero were like good friends.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then Rey Mysterio's got a son named Dominique, and Dominique was like a little kid at the time, and Eddie Guerrero, I cheat, I still. Well, he
Dude.
backstabbed Rey Mysterio, right? And then he went up to Dominique in the ring. He was like, you know, I'm really your dad. You know, like I'm your father, not Mysterio. And it was like a whole thing. And then they had a match. Whoever won was Dominique's dad. Like, it was a whole storyline, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, now today, Dominic Mysterio is in the WE. Like he was tag team with Logan not too long ago.
Oh, okay.
But so now he's got this initiative to where he's not cool with Ray. Like he thinks that Rey Mysterio was a bad dad. You know, they're in like he's beefing with Ray. Ray's like, man, you're my son. I love you. He's like, man, you know, peace out. You know, I don't mess with you, and then like kick them or slap them, whatever the drama is. Well, then you know that whole Eddie Guerrero thing came back. You know, like, oh, is this his real dad? Well, he talking about I'm the new Latino Heat. You know what I mean? I'm not the next Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero was the first Dominique Mysterio and blah blah blah. Well, this dude's got the Eddie Guerrero mullet and like he don't wear the mask. Like he's taking the bad guy role of Eddie instead of being the underdog fucking Mysterio was. So like I've seen like all that on the reels that come up through my stuff. I don't mess with them. Then there's that Rhea Ripley. Like they got a whole like little clique of weirdos. I don't like the new.
Yeah, it's different, dog. And I don't even recognize none of the people. It's all different people.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously it's going to be different people, right? I mean, you grow up and get older.
Yeah,
so this is a little controversial, right? Like Stone Cold was my favorite, but I loved Chris Benoit. I loved Eddie Guerrero. You know, like all the ones that like had it like the bad guy kind of. You know how like Kurt Angle was I hated Kurt Angle. Yeah, I hated him. I hated him,
bro.
When The Rock first came, I didn't like The Rock because he was beefing with Stone Cold and like you know what I'm saying. Like I wanted the guys that were the bad guys, like Undertaker, Stone Cold, Eddie, Chris Benoit. I didn't mess with Edge and Christian. I messed with Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy. You know, for the tag teams. Like I always went for the bad guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I didn't really go for the bad guys, but I did like Chris Benoit. He was good. Eddie Guerrero, you know, I enjoyed watching him do his thing or whatever.
But he showed up in the Lowriders.
Yeah. Randy Thornton, you know, I liked him, but I didn't at the same time. You know what I mean?
Randy
like he
Orton.
was on, yeah. And then Bautista, dude, that was a bad motherfucker. Papa Pump, Scott. What's his last name? Scott something.
Oh, the dude that was jacked.
Dude, he was jacked, and he'd wear like the chain mesh or whatever on his head. And I liked Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar was the shit.
Yeah, I didn't fuck with Brock.
I liked Brock. He was cool. I didn't really care for John Cena when John Cena first came in.
I liked John Cena.
I did not like him at first.
I liked him at first, but I didn't like him when he started doing the "You Can't See Me" and like.
See, I didn't like him at first at all, and then once he like started like developing more as a character, I liked him a whole lot more. But yeah, dog, wrestling was a thing when we were kids, dog. Like that was.
Hell yeah.
A greatest wrestler from what was it?
WCW.
WCW. Then there's another one.
NWA.
WWE.
Wasn't
or WWF. It was WWF.
But there were NWC
No, there's NWO.
NWO.
Yeah.
And then the greatest interview that y'all think of all time.
Oh.
Man, there was so many.
But my favorite, I don't know if it's the greatest, my favorite, Macho Man Randy Savage. He's talking to the interviewer or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, I'm the cream of the crop." And he's got a little creamer, like a coffee creamer. He's like, "I'm the cream of the crop. Nobody can mess with my cream." And then he tosses it. And then he's talking, blah, 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 and he's like, "But the cream of the crop." And he comes up with another one. And he's got like a little fanny pack, throws that one. And then he pulls out another one. And then he puts it in the interviewer's shirt, because I'm the cream of the crop. And then gets another one and puts it on his head, or puts it on his own head, and he's holding it, and it falls off. And then the cream, and he just kept coming up with like 10 creamers, bro. Like who walks around being a swole, steroided out,
that's crazy.
coke-headed dude with a pocket full of creamers, bro?
What's crazy is that really he wasn't like Macho Man Randy Savage really wasn't that big compared to all the wrestlers.
Oh yeah, he was tiny
small
compared to Hulk Hogan.
Dude, he was real small compared to all the other wrestlers.
But
and
his
stuff.
size,
I mean, he was a big dude either way. Yeah, I mean, he was a big guy.
Cokehead. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
And you're gonna know it's the Macho Man.
Well, the woo wasn't for Macho Man. The
I know.
woo was for
That was
the alligator.
No, that was
Flair.
Nature Boy.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Nature
Ric
Boy,
Flair.
Ric Flair
Yeah.
says, Rolex wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, jet flying, limousine riding. You know, I'm having a hard time keeping these alligators down. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, that was good.
You know what I'm saying?
That was good. Hey, he definitely watched it a whole lot more than I fucking thought he did.
How
Like,
many more of these can you do? Because I thought this was going to be like a real quick.
No, that's what I got.
Oh, no, you got somebody else.
He's got something else in his pocket. He's got something else in his pocket. Hey, I used to.
Can you smell what Jay did? I can't do the eyebrow.
He said, "I can't do the eyebrow."
It's cooking.
We try to get Charlie to do the eyebrow all the time. Be like, bro, give him the brow.
What?
Give him the brow.
What?
Hey, did you like Mankind though?
Yeah.
I didn't really care for him. Like as a as a character.
What's his other name?
Rick Flair.
It doesn't matter what his name is. You know what you can do with that bicep?
Give you a smackdown on your candy ass.
You know what you can do with that bicep?
What?
You can tie it up real nice, turn it sideways, and shove it up your candy ass.
Oh shit, that's funny. Stone Cold was probably like one of my favorites as far as showmanship because he'd walk out there with the two beers, you know, and freaking
Yeah, he drink one beer,
yeah.
2 beers,
Are you? They'd ask,
3
you know,
beers.
Are you you want something to drink? He'd be like, yeah, I'll take a beer. Are you hungry? Yeah, I'll take a second beer. That was like all American redneck, you know. I mean, that was, I don't know, he was cool. Plus, he had the Broken Skull Ranch.
Yeah.
That was probably one of my favorite shows. But, yeah, man, I don't know. That was just a thing. Like the Dudley Boys, Rikishi.
The Dudley boys,
Yeah, you don't remember Dudley Brothers.
Dudley,
Did I not say it right? My bad.
yeah,
Is it Dudley?
Dudley.
thought
You remember
Dudley.
the younger brother, like the real, like the one that wasn't like a big guy. He was just a long haired blonde dude, and they like threw him through
Everything.
Like he would just be like on the ring side while the other 2 brothers were doing a tag team match, and somebody run over there and just whack the shit out of him for no reason. I'm like, dude, he's not even in it. Like, he's just there supporting his big brothers, and they would demolition that dude.
So I know you got some more.
Who else was like characters like more people? Cause
don't-
Papa Pump was one of my favorites as far as like stature wise. Cause he was just, I mean, he wasn't even a real tall guy. He was like 5'8", maybe 5'9".
Hey, what was the dude's name that did the lock?
What do you mean the lock?
Like every year they would bring somebody in the middle of the stage on a foldable chair, and he would come and he would put them in the lock,
Oh, that's an older one.
and they would try to break out. I think one person has broke out of that lock or whatever, but the master lock is what it was called. But his name, I forget his name.
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
But that was fucking legendary.
It wasn't Jim Duggan, was it?
No, his name had something to do with the lock. Man, hold
Yeah, I don't remember.
Master lock. Hold on.
Yeah, I definitely. Me and one of the kids I used to hang out with, like that lived like down the street from me or whatever. His parents always bought like all the new gaming consoles and stuff,
Yeah.
you know, and my parents would wind up getting me one or whatever, but he always had them like when they first come out, and so I'd
No,
always
it
go
was
over
Chris
there.
Masters,
Oh yeah, Chris Masters.
and he would do the master lock.
Yeah, I forgot all about Chris
Like
Masters.
he did it to everybody. I don't know which one broke out of it, but like he did it to Cena,
Yeah,
Big Show. It's probably Big Show because he couldn't lock it on him. I think.
Yeah.
What it was Randy Orton.
hey, that is a big dude.
Which one?
Big Show.
Yeah,
That is a big dude.
but he wasn't as big as Andre the Giant.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Hey,
You know what's crazy,
Y'all know
though?
who used to work out at my gym in Huffman?
Who?
So it was a Lifetime Fitness, bro, and the Great Khali.
Oh, really?
You know, the guy that would beat his head against the wall in the longest yard.
Longest yard, yeah, the big giant ass.
You know
dude.
who I'm talking about? Well, he'd work. He had the tiniest legs, bro. I don't know how he got around. Like his shins, like it looked like he was walking on broomsticks. but like if you think about it, they didn't really like show his whole body much.
No.
And even in the movies and stuff, well, he had like these tiny legs, and he'd walk so slow through the place, and he'd way back and forth like this, and then he'd go sit down. Well, these two little girls, probably like 14, 13, they go up to him, oh my God, you know, can we get a picture with you or whatever? Leave me alone! And he'd scare them off, and they'd run off, and then he didn't have a bodyguard, he just had like one little ass, you know, Indian dude with him, like probably one of his friends. And nobody guards nothing, but he'd scare people off. Nobody would fuck with him. Like, he'd just go get a machine. All the machines around him would be empty because nobody wanted to be around him.
That's wild.
Bro, it was the craziest thing in the world. But, I mean...
You know, they said they had, like, Kurt Angle on a podcast not too long ago or whatever, and he was saying that, you know, they were asking him who he thought was, like, one of the strongest out of the bunch, like, out of everybody. And he said if he really had to, like, pick somebody that he thought was going to be, like, the strongest out of everybody, it would have been Brock.
Yeah,
he was like legit,
sure.
like real deal strong.
Yeah, for sure. That
Like
dude,
he didn't have to have you jump for him to pick you up. He would just pick you up.
Yeah, like that dude when he first got in. I remember watching the promo video of his first debut, and he would he'd have his like parents or somebody, or he would cut down trees. And he would like work out with logs, like put a fucking tree on his shoulder and run a mile, flop it on his other shoulder and run back.
I remember
what I mean?
like the dude had traps, dude, that were just, I mean, enormous.
It looked funny, to be honest.
Yeah.
It looked like he had no neck. It was just like a block.
And then like I remember like one of the first like scenes, I remember like one of the interviewers going up to and like trying to like interview him or whatever, and he's supposed to be like in the back, right? And they're like trying to get work, like talk to him or whatever, and he's curling this like piece of set, right? Like it's like a one of the, like cage pieces that the lights hang from and stuff.
Bearded Bro's name was Curtis.
To what?
Shout out to Justin and CJ. Also, Bearded Bro. I don't know his name.
Bearded Bro's name is Curtis.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shout out.
Oh,
My bad.
but he was like curling a piece of that, bro, and it was like as long as this couch, and he was just and they were trying to talk to him, you know, and he was like looking at him like, quit talking to me. And I don't know, I liked him after that. It was funny.
I ever tell you about a millwright named Freddie Jones?
Oh yeah.
So he's this big ass black dude, right? Nicest guy. Like he'll come up on a job site and everybody, like, if you don't know him, you're kind of like uneasy because the dude's so fucking. He just looks intimidating. He'll be like, "Hey, give me a hug." What? But since I know him now, I'm like, "Yeah, what's up, Freddie?" I give him a big old hug. You know, my sister will run up to him. You know, like he is the nicest guy on the planet, right? When you don't owe him money. Well, we were on a job, and you know what a recip cap is, like the valve caps on a recip. These things are like bigger than the size of a dinner plate, you know, 2 to 3 inches thick, and they were unloaders, so that it's got another piece coming off of it. Man, these things are very fucking heavy. Like I'm two-handed picking them up as all the strength I got to get it out of the valve, and then I turn a little bit, and he'll grab it like this and set it down on a pallet. Well, one of the jobs we were on, his check got messed up. And he was like, "Hey, I mean, you need to fix my check to the foreman, right?" The foreman was like, "Oh, yeah, I'll make a call." Next day, "Hey, man, my money's messed up. I ain't heard nothing. Are you fixing my stuff?" He was like, "Hey, man, like, all I can do is make a phone call, man. Like, it's not on me, you know, it's the timesheet people." Okay. About third, fourth day, you know, he's sick of it. He was like, "Hey, dude, are you even calling them? Like, my My money is still not here. I'm not even gonna be able to make it to work the rest of the time we got to be here. I need my money. He's like, hey, it's not my problem, blah, blah. And he went to like mouthing off. So Freddie went over there, picked up these unloaders, one at a time, starts curling them. He said, I want my money. And dude's like, all right, jump right in the truck, got on the phone. Y'all gotta get this guy his money right now, man. This is insane. Like,
So I watched a guy kind of do something similar to that in the oil field. He was ex football player, and he was just a massive dude. Like if you ever meet like The Rock or like guys that are built like that in person, you feel like a child, like standing next to him. You know, you feel tiny. And this dude was like that. He was 6'5", about 300 and something pounds. I mean, just a massive dude and in great shape. Worked out every day. Ex-football player. He hurt his leg or whatever, and he played for the Eagles. He played for the Steelers, you know, or whatever. And something similar had happened. I don't know if it was the check that was messed up or they didn't give him his per diem or whatever it was. And he was telling the dude on the job site, and he got all mad, bro. And we were out there, and he grabbed this box. We had these big. You remember those big metal boxes that we would like put tools in and stuff? He grabbed the side of that thing and just barely shoved it. He was like pissed off about it and was like, God dang it, and like shoved it, and it like come up off the ground. I was like, whoom, and I was like, Jesus Christ, bro. Like I had to go get a forklift to get that thing picked up and put back where it was. Like this dude was just like shoving it around like it was nothing. And I don't know. I just thought, about that.
Like as you were saying that, I was thinking of you being like, dang, and like kicking the box, you know, that movie where they all get drunk in Vegas and they gotta go to Hangover. You know, whenever he's like, fudge, and he's like, damn,
Oh yeah,
dang it. He was like kicking the rock in the back. Like this dude, throw it. Yeah.
yeah. Nah, I wasn't saying nothing, bro. That dude was massive. I'd never felt like I was a weak person, you know, until that dude was like doing stuff like that. Like we would change a pump on the skid, and he would just grab the whole pump and like drink, and I'm like, bro, like.
But I hate people on the jobs like that. I'm like, hey man, grab this end of it, like, because I don't want to hurt myself, right?
Yeah.
And then they grab it and then just walk it over there, like not even against themselves, like this.
Yeah, like holding it out in front of them. I've done it with smaller ones, you know what I mean? But like,
yeah,
when
me
it's
too.
this
I'm talking about
big,
the ones that like that I don't want to hurt myself on. You know what I'm saying? Like I can do it, but it's
It's a struggle.
Why
yeah.
not both of us do it? And then they're just like, fuck you. So amazing feats of strength, Curtis. Do you have an example? Have you ever heard of anything like that?
Amazing feats of strength.
Yeah, like, you know, a single mom.
Have you ever experienced anything like that, like an adrenaline rush where you like did something real crazy? Have you ever seen those?
I remember you did that.
Yeah.
Whenever you and your ex-wife got in that car wreck and you ripped that door off the side of the car.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, bro. The adrenaline like is the craziest thing you'll ever experience ever in your entire life. I had a shattered foot. Was able to the fender wells were like shoved all the way up against the doors, and so I had to like pry the door open to get out of it in the first place. So that I got the door open, then walked around the other side of the car with a shattered foot.
Yeah.
And then grabbed that door because it wouldn't open and jerked it all the way open and like shoved it back up against the freaking quarter panel of the car, you know, and then
crazy.
sat down up against it, and I was like, my foot hurts. Pulled my shoe off, which they told me was a horrible idea, but you know,
Yeah, 'cause you want to kind of.
it's supposed to keep compression on your foot. Yeah,
They'll cut it off when they're ready to do surgery.
yeah. They said I should have kept the shoe on, but I told the person. What's funny is I had those. Those were the Oreos. You remember the Jordan 4 Oreos? The white with the little bit of black.
I remember
You know
the
what I mean?
shoe. I don't remember you had them.
Yeah. I got them from Travis. So I had the all blacks, and then Travis had the Oreos or the white and grays. Maybe they weren't the Oreos. Anyway, but I got them from Travis, and I was like, I'm not gonna let y'all cut my, you know what I mean, my Jordans off my foot. Like, yeah, I took it off, and then like once I healed back up and I was like able to put shoes on that foot and stuff, I put that shoe on, that exact same shoe that I had on that night.
Yeah.
It had an indention in the bottom of the sole where that brake pad had or the brake pedal had mashed into the shoe or whatever, and it never went away, and I could feel it in the bottom of the shoe as I would walk. I could feel that indention in it, so I had to quit wearing them. But it's crazy, bro, like what adrenaline can do. And you can ask J10, like at that age I was strong. I was, especially for my age, powerlifting, doing all that stuff. I mean, you remember I was pretty decent size, I guess, but
what's up, Jonathan Contoys?
Being able to, rip shit off the car. What? John's on there?
Yeah, Contoys watching right now.
Heck yeah, bro.
No, but Curtis, you got any that you've dealt with or
I don't think I've ever really seen nothing like that. But I know it's a thing for sure.
I know he has. I know he's seen Vernon do some shit that just.
Oh, bro. Like one time, so we had a barge, right? And it had a big metal piece of
blow the whistle.
Hey, I have been blowing it at the house. I'm already in trouble. But you'd pull it up and you'd put a pilot on there, and he built this big ass hammer that came up on a winch, and then you release the winch, and it would come down and it would drive the piling down. So nowadays, what they do is they water jet, like they push water into a hole, and then the piling will go down. Well, Vernon used to do all kinds of crazy shit, and we were the only ones that had the hammer, and it was badass. But my dad got smoked with something on that deal, and it like put a big L like for an angle iron, hit him in the head, pow, busted him wide open. Mm-hmm. So my mom was like, "Hey, man, we gotta go, like now, hospital." So Ron puts a rag on, a dirty red rag. I don't know if y'all ever.
Yeah, the mechanics rags.
Yeah, put it on his head, held it there. Got in the car. We're all heading out. Woo! They were speeding. They pull us over. Like, hey man, you know how fast you're going? And he fucking takes that rag off his head. The dude's like, "Ooh, you got enough problems. You go ahead and go, and I'll make sure you get there safe." Puts the rag back on his head and heads out. Well, then one time, and I know it's not like amazing like lifting, but these are my favorite stories. Vern had fucking the big link chains that you like bind stuff down to trailers. Come back to CPR. That's not happening, bro. I'm doing that HC thing, you know what I'm saying, over at Han and Clay.
Yeah, boy.
But Vernon had them big gauge chains, and he had 2 hands full of them. It was probably like 40 feet worth of chains, so it was all bundled up in his hands. And he was walking down the trailer, and there was a fucked up piece of wood that wasn't bolted down. Well, when he hit it, it came up, and he didn't want it to hit him in his nose. So he just put his head down. Boom! And it broke in 2 pieces. And he said, "Yeah!" What the fuck? You fucking animal, bro. And then this is one of my dad's favorite stories. My brother's favorite stories about my dad. And he tells it about my El Camino. I think the story is about the Screaming Eagle pipes on his Harley. But we just got done running either one of them, right? So the pipes were hot, the exhaust was hot, and Vern put his arm up, working on it, right up against the pipe, and it like immediately burnt the shit out of it. So the closest thing to him was some emery cloth, which is like strips of sandpaper. Well, he grabbed this sandpaper, yeah, and it like took all of the blister, the skin, the hair off, and it like cauterized, didn't bleed at all, the whole thing, and it healed perfectly. You can't tell he was ever burned there. He no longer grew hair there anymore. Like, dude, if I burn myself, I'm getting ice. Oh my god, I'm holding it out here away from me. You know what I'm saying? Nah, this dude, fucking sandpaper, the worst thing in the world to put on it. Like, killed that shit. like dads, bro. I want to be that kind of dad. What?
You want 2 more loud ones?
Bro, he spent $35 on some that are like 160 decibels.
Why? No. Oh man, Clem's gonna hate you for that.
Yeah, he's gonna clean him out.
He's gonna Clem out.
What are we looking for?
You know, so you're talking about Vern doing that or whatever, but like, I guess, I mean, I watched my dad get hurt and say stupid shit, and I'm not gonna repeat what he said because it's probably not okay to repeat, you know. But is my camera frozen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, hold on.
All right, well, Curtis,
What's up?
crazy things you seen your dad do.
God damn, I don't know. I've seen him do some wild shit. He definitely like caught me one time when I like fell off the roof before.
Like, caught you like in the air?
Yeah, but our
Look at the.
actually I was like a tree house or whatever. Yeah, he definitely caught me. I was pretty young.
That's dope.
I don't know. I've seen him do a bunch of crazy shit.
Oh, shit.
Is it working?
Do it again.
I mean, it was, but then he like ruined it. iPhone disconnected from E2 eSoft IV cam.
Add contact information for this contact.
Shut up.
Oh, I can see your nipple. Now I'm playing it still frozen. Ooh.
Having technical difficulties.
No, but so I definitely had a question though. So, like ice cream cone.
Shut up.
How do you go about eating one?
Man,
Hey man,
you bite off the sides of it.
you bite the thing,
You spit
which
on
is
that.
what I was doing, by the way.
You like lick it a little bit on the side, bite it a
Bro,
little
look,
bit.
so when CJ knocked on the door,
That's
right?
not.
I looked through the peephole, and there was a whole
You're
vanilla
blowing this out
part,
of
and then there was another
You were
chocolate part on
blowing
top.
this out of proportion, bro. Like
I was
way out of
like, you
proportion.
can't come in. The
I
whole
did
thing.
not
Like,
do that.
like, I'm not gonna do it on film. Somebody's gonna. But he deep throats the whole thing all the way down to the cone, and then it like pulls his.
That is
off
not true.
I'm like, whoa, bro, that's like insane. You know, you're supposed to like bite the side of it, take bites of it, whatever. You don't lick it all crazy. And then he come inside, did it again in front of Curtis. I'm like, that's not how you eat a
Bro,
ice
it was
cream,
like
bro.
this much that I put in my, like literally that much.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Like, think of
It wasn't like a whole ice cream though. Like it was just a little
think of your
bit.
audience, bro. That is a lot. Bro, like whenever I looked through the peephole, I seen him. You know what I'm
Spit on
saying?
that thing.
He spit on that thing. You get me?
Oh, you go to hell for that.
Nah.
I don't know what just happened.
I'm just thinking about the things that you're doing that's gonna make you go to hell.
Oh, I mean, hey, I'm gonna be driving the bus, dog. You know what I'm saying? When you hear the horn, I'm in front, dog. What's up?
Oh God.
Just know that you gonna be riding with me. You just gonna be riding shotgun.
No,
That's all it
I'm
is.
going to heaven, bro. Like what? I am like the nicest person I know. Like,
Full of shit.
I'm a great
You're
friend.
the fucking meanest person I know to everybody else, and then when they try to do it back to you, you're like, "Don't do it. You're gonna hurt my feelings."
At least I'm honest.
He's been telling everybody this all week at work.
No, like, I was like some fucked up with somebody and they're like, well, I was like, don't.
I can't take it. I can dish it out, but I can't take it.
So I'm not even giving them the option to get back at me. Like, I'm telling them right now, like, do you want to be fired? It's summertime, work is slow, you have a job right now. Don't fuck this up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you hurt my feelings, I'm gonna hurt your pocket.
He's a dick,
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
bro.
I'm not.
No, he didn't just walk up to the guy that we were talking about with that whistle and blow it 15 times and piss the dude off for no reason. You know, that's not being a dick.
No, it was funny.
And then, that's what I was saying. Like, bro.
It was good times. Good times.
Anyways, No, I was gonna say that when you were talking about Vernon or whatever, you know, I'd seen my dad do some crazy shit like that or whatever, right? But you know, I'm not gonna repeat what he said. But one of my favorite ones, like absolute favorite, is he'd come home from work and back the work truck into the driveway, and put up this workbench that he had in front of his shop, and it's a good little ways away from the driveway, you know. And there's this motor in the back of the truck. It's an electric motor for one of the compressors. And that thing had to weigh about 400 pounds. Easy.
Yeah.
And I was like, how'd you get it in the truck? And I'm like, 12, maybe. And I'm like, how'd you get it in the truck? He's like, oh, we put it in there with a forklift. I said, well, how are you going to get it out? He said, what do you mean? I said, how are you going to get it out the back of the truck if you put it in there with a forklift? He's like, I'm going to pick it up and put it on that table over there. I got to work on it.
Yeah.
I'm scratching my head, bro. Like, there's no way. Like, what? And literally watch this man walk up to it and bear hug it and pick it up off the tailgate of that truck and walk it all the way over to that table. And when I tell you it's a good little distance, you know how far it is. And that was not an easy feat in my eyes. You know, that was like strongman competition type shit.
Yeah, like the boulders.
Dude, like the Atlas stones,
And
you know.
they're just
like,
picking them up and putting them somewhere. They're not walking with them.
Dude, and I will forever remember that for the rest of my life. Like, that is one of my favorite things I'll ever fucking remember about him. But I don't know. It's just crazy to think about shit like that.
Bro, I ever tell you about how my brother and my dad almost ruined my face?
No.
So Vernon and John had this thing where they would take a 20-pound sledgehammer, a long handle, and they would reach out like this and hold it at the very bottom of the handle.
Yeah.
And have the hammer up there, and then they would touch
Your nose,
touch their nose with it, and then bring it back up. And John,
That's how I
like,
ripped my
John's
butt.
got dad strength. Like, he was born with it. You know, I don't know how it works.
John was in powerlifting.
Yeah, but he was in powerlifting because he was like, he I don't know how, he's just that way. Well, John would do it, then he'd bounce it off his nose, you know. And I would do it like with 8-pounders, 12-pounders, you know. I could reach out, bounce it off my nose. It would smush my nose a little bit more than theirs. They would just touch it, you know. I'd bounce it off my nose, get it off. And they're like, "Oh, you know, a real man grab that 20-pounder for touching, no, you know." I'm like, yeah, I'm a real man too, you know. So I'd grab that 20-pounder, and as I got like barely like moved it 1 inch, and it started coming faster and faster, and then I felt at my wrist. I no longer had control. I turned my face, and the head of the hammer hit my shoulder like this, and the force of it when it hit my shoulder took the handle out of my hand and flipped it over the back of me. I'm like, yeah, y'all are different. You know, like,
the last time I had tried it is when I was I think I was working at Braskem when I did it, because all those guys were talking about it. I did it with a 16-pounder, but I ain't never done it with a 20-pounder.
Yeah,
It don't seem like a good idea.
I mean, if you got the strength, you know, it's really about forearm and grip strength. You know what I mean? But
I mean, and because of that, right, and because so in my family, a handshake is everything to a man, right? Like my dad had me go whenever he was fighting cancer, had me go get him all these to where he at the very last day he could, you know, a regular guy that just give you one of these, Vernon was gonna break your hand.
Yeah.
So like I had these things all the time because I wanted to make sure that whenever we're shaking hands, we're not just shaking hands and okay, whatever. I'm grabbing you. You're going to know I'm here in the same room with you. You know. So that's my Vern had this stick about this long, probably a hammer handle or whatever. He'd drill a hole in it, put some string on it, and he'd tie a bunch of weights to it. You remember this? We used to do all the time, and you would pick it up off the ground, like rolling it up. You'd pull the weight off, and you had to have your arm straight out, and it would be all forearms.
Mm-hmm.
And then you let it down
slowly.
Then you turn it around, because the first time you were picking up. So when you turn around, now you're pulling it like a motorcycle throttle. And so I wasn't just out here trying to get my lats right, my six. I just wanted that grab strength. You know what I mean? And I never had it like he did. And
You know what I think contributes to that, and I don't know if his dad's like this or whatever, but like looking at us, we're not like this, and it's always struck me as odd. But like if you look at my dad's hands or Vernon's hands, right? John's hands aren't even like this, but their fingers were like two of my fingers put together.
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
that's why
Their hands were like just giant. Like I don't know if that's a thing, like, because my dad's hands are still bigger than
Yeah,
mine.
and if they sit there by a metal table or a fucking wooden table, could
yeah, dude, like,
I don't know what it was like. They had steel rods for fingers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
like I don't know what it is. Like you talk about your dad caught you off the roof.
Yeah.
I got bucked off of a horse when I was like 6 or 7 years old. I was probably like 6 or 7, anyways. I got chunked up in the air, dude, and my dad like caught me one hand, like just caught me and was like holding me. I was like, "You all right?" No,
Not at all.
like, I remember getting bucked off one time, and I was under the horse because she wasn't broke or whatever, and I was under the horse, and it was like stomping around, and he just reached down there. He like shoved the horse and reached down there and jerked me up, and was holding me. He was like, "You good? You need to stop down?" And I'm like, "I'm good." I'm looking all wigged out.
For now,
Yeah, I don't know, man. But looking at our generation, I don't see people with that type of hands.
Yeah.
Like even big guys, like Adam. He's a big guy. His hands are not like that.
Yeah.
Yo, you're a big guy. You're bigger than my dad. Your hands are not like that.
Yeah.
My dad is 5'9" and wears a size 13 and a half, and has hands like a giant.
And quick and sausage fingers.
Bro, I just don't know. I don't know where that comes from or why, that's like not genetically passed down. Like, I don't know, man.
bro. And I'm like you said, John don't have the hand thing or whatever. But going for football, Vern wanted me to like be able to like pick up a guy my size on the football team, pick him up and throw him over my head.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, you could do it.
Yeah, you could do it.
I'm like, no, I can't. Like, I can move them to the side. I can't grab them and toss them over me. It's not a thing. He's like, okay, so here's this 80-pound heavy bag. I don't know. It used to sit outside my house on 20th Street. Well, then it was one of them canvas ones. So when the rain came, the rain would fill up all the cloth inside of it. It was
Sand.
It ended up being like 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he'd get a harness from work, like a fall harness, and he'd hook it to that heavy bag. He'd tell me run to the end of the street. That's before they had anything at the end of the street.
Yeah.
Run all the way down and then run back, dragging this heavy bag. I'm like, fuck this, He's like, well, now, grab it, put it on your shoulder, run up the stairs, put it on your other shoulder, run down, and do that 10 times. Like,
Hey, them stairs were steep too, bro.
I try to get it up there, and I run up, and then John come to visit one day, and I was like, man, Dad's got me doing all this stupid stuff, like, he's like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, he's trying to get me to get ready for football. He wants me to throw a man over my head, and he was like, yeah, duh. I'm like, dude,
That's how that works.
I'm like, dude, you couldn't do that. He was like, man, that's why do you think I got the nickname Squish? Because I squish people on the football field. I'm like, whatever, dude. He's like, let me see that the bag. So I'm handing it over to him. He grabs it by the middle. He throws it up a little bit and grabs it from the bottom. So now it's upright. And he pushes it and flips it and catches the other side and does that about like 10 times. Woo. Like it's flipping. He's catching, throwing, catching. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And then years later, after I done worked out with CJ and did all the stuff that we did, thinking I was the dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, with me and my guys, you ain't fucking with us. We're the baddest,
Yeah.
My brother caught me, taking something that I wasn't supposed to, and we got in an argument. So I get up in this, man, what the fuck? All up in this shit, and he slaps my hands against my waist. and he holds him there, and then he picks me up off the ground where I'm kicking, like,
Like dangling.
and so I'm like, what the man, fuck you. Wham! And I headbutt him right in his fucking nose. My feet never touched the ground. And he calms down for a second, hold me. Is that all you got? And like all the rage in me turned into,
Little mouse.
yeah, that's all I got. So he set me back down, went inside. I sat outside all night. My house burned down. Like, I was sleeping on his couch. I sat outside all night, bro. I was not going inside to sleep in that house, bro. Fuck. You know, I made that guy mad.
That guy mad. You do that to people every day.
Yeah, yeah. If I headbutt y'all ain't gonna take it like that. So, you know what I'm saying?
I couldn't pick you up no more, though.
Yeah,
Maybe back then.
because you got one bicep.
No, that ain't why I couldn't pick you up.
It's because you got. Well, you like how I turned it into that, though?
Yeah, I do. I like how you switched it. That's funny.
Yeah.
Good memories, man.
So tell us something, Curtis.
About what?
I don't know, dog. I've been talking. CJ's been talking.
I know that's
I've
how it
been
usually goes.
I've been trying to drag it out of you.
Well, what you got, bro? You ain't. What else? What else do pops do?
I don't know, man.
You ain't ever watch them do something just like, and you like watched them do it, and you were like, how in the hell?
Yeah,
Did that-
like pretty much everything, but I have no. I'm not good at telling stories like that.
Stories
I
like
want to
that.
tell a story.
All right, so let's like be vain for a minute, right?
Be vain.
How old is Cash?
15.
And Cash is 15 years. Give us just like a real quick summary. It don't have to be a story of some fucking super dad shit that you've done.
I've done no cool dad shit, really.
You ain't never fucking saved him from a fucking horse buck or falling off a house.
Not really. He hurt himself one time. Like he fell off the bed. You know how the old school beds were with the bed frames had the thing sticking out.
Yeah.
He fell off that and sliced his head open. But I wasn't even there. I was at work. I fucking had to go home and take him to the hospital. And
But if you were there, you'd have caught him.
I mean, probably not. I don't know how I would've- he fell off the bed. Bro. It would have been hard to have caught him.
Cash, you got a cool
No,
dad
it's
story
not.
about your dad?
You never caught your kid falling off the bed?
I don't
I've
think-
caught Allie, Brandy, and
Hey,
Charlie
you
as
remember,
they fell off the bed.
you remember that time that Allie was asleep on the ground? I remember this vividly, bro. Like, you were tripping. It was whenever I was staying with you when we were working at Chamberlain.
I was tripping. What do you mean I was tripping?
Like, you were scared that you dropped her. But she was laying on the ground. She was
No, that was
sleeping.
before. That was way before. So I had went home. I was telling you that story. So
No, I was living with you, bro.
no, because I didn't. It wasn't
When
that
she,
time
when
that
she was
happened.
covered in a blanket, on a pillow, and everything on the ground next to you, and you were so tired from work one day, and you had her on your chest, and then you woke up and she was laying right next to you on the floor with a blanket and a pillow, like you
Oh,
put her
maybe.
there,
I don't know.
and you were like, bro, I don't know if she fell.
Maybe.
I was like,
So
bro,
I had another experience like that. I come home for lunch on my lunch break or whatever, and I was working overnight. And it was when we were living in an apartment in Seabrook, and she was laying on my chest, and I fell asleep. And when I woke up, she was on the ground, wrapped up in a blanket, like just laying on the ground, like I put her there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I thought I dropped her, bro, and I freaked the fuck out, like lost my shit. Woke up her mom. I mean, all kinds of shit. And then she was like, "Well, is she okay?" I was like, "She's just fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with her. She's good." But
Yeah.
if
still-
you dropped her, should have been crying.
yeah, like, but
Real.
Yeah, I remember when Cash first came home, bro. I definitely freaked out several times because I had no idea what I was doing.
oh man, Allie was definitely my freak out child. Like, I so many different little things that she did or that happened. But I definitely distinctly remember her doing a backflip off the bed, and as she was flipping off the bed, I lunged forward and grabbed her foot and was holding her by her foot. I did that to Charlie. Charlie flipped off the bed, and I had him by his arm. Like, I don't think I ever did that with Brandy. Charlie was a nut, bro. Like,
I guarantee.
he was the most wild out of all of them. I remember there was one time we were living in an apartment and it had some stairs, and he was real rambunctious and tough and shit, you know, but he's up at the top of the stairs, and I'm telling him, I'm like, hey, quit doing that. He was standing on the banister and was talking to me and stuff, and I was like, quit doing that. He, maybe 2 years old. I didn't even think he was 2. No, he probably right at 2 years old. And I was like, quit doing that. Quit standing on that. You're going to fall. Yes, sir. Or, you know, whatever he said at the time. And went to step off of it. And he did a somersault down the stairs. Right. And so I immediately jump up and run over there and I pick him up. And I'm like, are you all right? And I'm like turning him around, looking at him and flipping him upside down and like checking him out. Like, you know, everything good. It's still intact, you know, bending elbows and shit. And he's like, and I'm looking at him like, are you okay? Are you good? And he's like, that was fun. Let's do that again. I was like, no.
Bro, so one time I took Veda over to my sister's house, and my niece had a couple of her, I don't even want to say who they are really, but there was some other kids there, right? I trust my sister and my niece and my daughter. I didn't know these other fucking kids, but Veda will freak out about, like, oh my God, I got a little cut. Oh, freak out. Well, she started freaking out, talking about, you know, oh, my shoulder. And my way of dealing with it, because I learned real early that, you know, you just act like it's nothing, she'll get over it, right? So I'm like, man, toughen up. Like, you know, you're good. And so we leave. I get her in the back seat. She's still whining about it. I'm like, hit a parking lot. I'm like, get out. She gets out, and I'm like, you know, where's your hurt? And I'm touching all over, you know. And at this point, I'm like, you're good. And she don't tell me nothing's hurt, right? And I'm like, you know what? Do some push-ups. She's probably like 5, 6. I'm like, look, get down. I do something with her. I'm like, all right, let's do 1, 2. I said, if you're doing this, there's no way you're hurt. Like, you're good. You can do a push-up. Well, then that night, we get to the house, and she's still, oh, it hurts and everything. Well, now swelling's starting to happen, right?
Yeah.
And I see this, like, little bulge on one side, because she was still young enough to where it wasn't weird for her to have her shirt off, you know what I mean? So I'm looking, and she had this little bulge right here on her collarbone. I'm like, man, I'm feeling it. It don't feel like a swollen, like, it feels hard. Like, that's a bone, bro. So I take her to the hospital. She broke her fucking collarbone, like the growth plate on her collarbone. I feel like complete shit. Like, I made her like do push-ups, like, toughen up, you know, stop.
Toughen up, little soldier.
Yeah, you know, and so they put her in this like back. Like, they're like, there's nothing we can do, you know. Like, we just gotta. She's gotta hold her shoulders right. And so they gave her this little strap, like a backpack strap, tightened it all the way up to where her shoulders were like up. You know what I mean? And she wore that thing for like 2 months. They finally said it was good. But yeah, I felt terrible.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like, normally you do freak out on the first one, and then they end up being little assholes about it. And then the second kid is cool as hell because you tell them to rub dirt on it. And then the third one, you baby the most, right? I wanted to act like she was all three. Like, it's just me and you, kid. You got to be tough. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we're going to have a hard life, me and you. So I wanted to make sure that I had all, like, the first, middle, and all in one, you know? And I didn't have a boy, so I wanted her to be tough like a boy, but sweet like a girl. And so I've always been that way with her, but I felt fucking terrible. Man, I was up all night, like, holding her, making sure I didn't move her. But, yeah, that was, like, the worst parenting thing that I've dealt with.
It happens, man. I mean, I watched Charlie fall off a picnic table. He's standing up on the picnic table, right? And having fun, eating popsicles and, you know, just hanging out. And I said, you're going to fall. Quit doing that. As soon as I said it, you're going to fall. Quit doing that. He fell. Chin hits the picnic table, bro. Like, he comes down, right? Wham! I mean, right on the picnic table. He bit through his tongue.
Ouch.
Bro, when I tell you he bit through it, like a slice, bro, on a little bitty kid's tongue. It looked horrible. Like I thought he bit a chunk of his tongue off. And I was like, oh shit. And his mouth was, he was bleeding and shit. And he was like, I was like, you're all right. You're all right. And I check him out, you know, and he wasn't. And I was like, well, shit, you know, what do I do? You know, I don't know. How, you can't stitch your tongue back together, you know, that I know of.
The tongue is the fastest healing.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I said, and his mom's freaking out. I'm like, give him more popsicles. The ice will numb it. You know, the coldness will numb it. I said, and it'll heal. And so that's what we did. Fed him more popsicles and let it numb it out. You know what I mean?
This is blood flavor.
Yeah. I mean, whatever.
Real.
You know, parenting's not, there ain't no handbook, dog. You don't get told how to do this shit.
So we were clearing the property in the hideaway over in Freddy'sville and Hitchcock, my dad's property.
Yeah.
And we had this, like, mound of trees, probably as big as a house. Like, all kinds of shit, right? And on one side, there's like a pile of tires that we've been pulling out of the weeds and stuff. Somebody kept dumping tires. Well, the fire was started on one side. It was like just like this big, like a little fire or whatever. But it kept going out. And Vernon wasn't paying attention to me, so I laid a ladder on top of the tree branches because nothing was burning. It was just all limbs and stuff. And I get a gas can, and I'm like covering it, going up the ladder, covering it, like trying to gasoline everything. Well, by the time I got to the top of the ladder, it was like a fucking 10-foot ladder, you know, just laid over on top to where I'm not climbing on branches. And I guess I get one of the tree branches that goes down to the little fire, and the whole thing just, whoosh, like, completely all around me, everything is on fire. I've always wore ball caps, but I remember, like, the heat on my face, and oh shit, and I jump off, I'm running through the tree limbs, get to the bottom, and I got like a real bad burn on my nose, my eyebrows are gone, and I'm probably 12.
You're bad at catching stuff on fire, though.
Yeah, the apartment complex.
I didn't say that.
but I was probably 12, 13, right? Well, then after that, so like he he always had like a little first aid kit, put some stuff on there. He's like, well, your eyebrows are done, you know. Like we're not leaving. We have work to do. Just how Vern was, you know. Like it's still daylight. We're not wasting daylight. We'll put the little stuff on your nose. The hair, you're not gonna fix that, right? So then he tells me, I'm gonna get back on the tractor. Do not let the fire get to the tires. I'm like, cool. Like, if the fire gets close, I'll start pulling tires away. And I already grabbed a couple of them and got them away, but there's, like, dead grass from where we mowed, you know. And ADHD strikes.
I knew that was coming.
I start kicking rocks and looking over here and, go mess with stuff. And I look up to the fire. Vern's all the way to the other end of the property. And he's going that way, so he can't see it. But I look up, and it's black smoke. So I run to the other side, and there's one tire on fire. So I grab it, and I throw it behind me, and then I start, like kicking the fire down on the grass. When I threw it behind me, I threw it on the pile of tires. And there's 30 fucking tires here, right? So I'm like, waving, and Vernon, like, by the time he got to the end, he turns around, I'm waving, he waves at me, and then he looks, he sees that fucking fire, and you can just see the tractor going like this to, woo, fucking put that bitch in high gear and start heading that way. It wasn't going fast enough. He shut it off, got out, ran over there to me, and I'm like, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do. One hand, palm, right in the middle of the chest, slaps me down, starts grabbing tires on fire and throwing them away from the pile. Like 7 tires maybe out of the 30. And he stops the fire. He's like, you go sit in the truck. I was like, okay. So I go sit in the truck. It's probably 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I got to sit there till 8 o'clock till he's done working. You know what I mean? And I'm in trouble. I'm like, man, I burnt my face. My face hurts. Caught all the tires on fire. It was a bad day for me. Yeah. I've been a fucking nuisance ever since I was a kid, bro.
I don't think I ever. I've definitely messed up a bunch of shit of my dad's. I mean, I can't say that I haven't. Definitely left tools out. Like I lit my dad had a barbecue like cover or whatever, and then I had another tarp to cover the smoker or whatever. And I pulled it all off and set it on the other barbecue. Well, it was still touching the barbecue pit, and I didn't know it. And I lit the fire and went back inside, and then come back out, and the tarp was like melted all to the barbecue pit. He was pissed. But I mean, I don't know, man. I don't really remember.
Let's play Tommy Topper real quick.
That sounds what?
Tommy Topper, where like you tell a story and then I tell one that's better, and then you tell one
worse.
But in this case, worse. At 17 years old, I brought a bunch of teenagers to my dad's house, and we wrecked it.
I can't top that one.
we wrecked the house. Some of my friends kicked ACs out of the window.
Bless you.
They kicked ACs out of the windows, put holes in my walls, and then had gang members kick my door open and jump me and my friend in the house.
The gang members definitely did not kick the door open.
Well, the door was kicked open at some point.
But it was not by the gang members. It was by one of them that was living there.
Oh, yeah, it was Travis. And yeah, okay, so my door was kicked open.
So I had nothing to do with any of the destruction of the house. I want to say that right fucking now.
But, like, that's... all of it derived from somebody. It was my fault. What he was talking about earlier, I caught a whole apartment complex on fire one time.
I don't know if you should say that online.
Yeah, I don't think.
Oh, they knew it was me.
Oh,
Like, it was definitely a thing. You know what I mean? We saved all the families.
We saved all the families.
Yeah, it was.
I'm glad you got to state that, dog. I'm glad that you were able to put that out there. At least you saved all the
I
families.
don't know if it's even considered saving them whenever it's your fault.
Yeah, but they all got like new shit for it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I don't think I can play Tommy Topper with J10, dog. 'Cause I can't top none of that. Like,
yeah, it's.
I mean.
The
work thing, yeah. I mean, I did the exact same type of shit. You know, we went and cleared property, and like, I was told to like move shit that was super heavy, but like,
How you supposed to top that?
yeah, like how am I supposed to top that, dog?
So I ran into the AC with the riding lawnmower and knocked it into the house, like inside the house.
What?
That's way worse than what I did.
I caused a little hole in some rotted wood.
Real.
I definitely shot the house with a BB gun. I think that's about as far as that went. Oh no, I put an alarm clock through the wall and had to fix the wall. I fucking got up. I was late for school one day and I was pissed because I'd been late like all that week. And
There was like a little triangle hole in your wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Oh no. One of my friends busted out the window in my room. We were playing like hide and go seek in the dark in my room, and freaking somebody.
That's gay.
Well, we were confined to the room. The adults were fucking partying. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I felt like that was like a cover for somebody wanting to touch your ass while you didn't.
no, it was. We were told to stay in the room because the adults were partying. So we stayed in the fucking room.
And your camera paused again.
It's because my phone's dying.
What time is it? It's 9:40. I mean, you want to close this out? We haven't went.
Oh, that's a bit. We went for a while. Appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Back with you next time. Pressure House Media. We out.
Thank you. I didn't do the voice the whole time.
I appreciate it. It's gonna be. I guess this wasn't charging.
Press stop streaming on OBS.
Swimming in that cab, man, ain't like our mic. All these diamonds look like water. Bitch, I'm swimming Michael Phelps, smoking good but still professional. Some like Michael
YouTube and hit stop streaming.
Facebook,
Facebook.
Know just how I felt. I'm Michael Phelps.